Hello, everyone. Welcome to Reconciliation in Romans through Life Pacific University. My name is Sarah Warnock-Farrand. I'm your instructor for this course, and I prefer it if you call me Sarah. You'll find that I'm a pretty laid-back individual and prefer that you call me by my first name in this course. So I wanted to give you a bit of an introduction to who I am so you can get to know me a little bit, and then we will get to know each other through the various forums we have, but um, I wanted you to get to know me. So first of all, I'm married to my husband, Mark. He is my best friend, my beloved, my partner in crime, and my biggest supporter. And as you can see, he's about 5 inches shorter than me. I'm 6'1" and he's 5'8", and it works out perfectly though because his shoulders fit right under my arm, so we can walk side by side perfectly. He's a bright spot in my life. This is of us getting engaged. We've been married now 6 years. We love having fun together. This is us disc golfing for one of our anniversaries. Mark has a now 12-year-old son named Tyler, and I did not know how much I would love being a stepmom, but it has been a true joy. This kid is incredible, and getting to be a part of his life is an honor. Now, we have a dog named June, short for Junie B. Jones, named after the children's book character. She's half Old English Sheepdog and half Standard Poodle. As you can see from this picture, she's very fluffy. They call this particular mutt a sheepadoodle. And this is one of my favorite pictures of June loving on Tyler. And this is one of my favorite pictures of my 3 favorite heartbeats. Now, Mark and I, and Tyler too, love to relax by playing games. So I'm a gamer, not just board, but also video. My favorite all-time video game is Skyrim. Besides being a wife and a stepmom, and a dog owner and a professor, I'm also working on my PhD right now, wrapping it up in the next year. And I'm studying human trafficking, and specifically what the church's response to human trafficking could and should be. And this is a map from several years ago, but the results have not changed that much. Basically, what you see in front of you is that human trafficking is everywhere, except for Greenland and Iceland, 2 very closed-off countries. But otherwise, people are being imported and exported, and being taken advantage of. And so my heart is very much for justice, for ethics, and what this class does, Reconciliation in Romans, is provides opportunities to discover what justice looks like, and how we interact with one another, and how we believe God calls us to reconciliation. So let's switch over to our syllabus, and we'll take a look at the class from there. Okay, here we are at our course outline for Reconciliation in Romans. Up here at the top right-hand corner, you see my email address and my cell phone number. And I really encourage you to contact me if you have any questions or concerns. If you just have comments to make, I would love to interact with you on them. I would like to think that I'm very accessible. I try to be. So this course is, it'd be great if we could look at the entirety of Romans, but we're actually just going to look at Romans 1 through 5 and sections of that in order to better understand reconciliation. So this is a 3-unit course. Please read through the relation to the college statement of mission, the program outcomes, student learning outcomes. We'll look now at our course textbooks list. So first off, we have Martin and Hawthorne's, or Hawthorne and Martin's Dictionary of Paul and His Letters. We have Craig Keener's The IVP Bible Background Commentary New Testament, Frank Matera's Romans, and Forgive Us by May Elise Cannon. There are actually several authors for this book, but she's the primary one. Um, these books are really great. Some of them are very academic, and Forgive Us is difficult to get through, but not because it's academic, but rather because it brings up some tough problems that we need to wrestle with. Forgive Us is a book that I don't know of anyone that reads it and just says, "Man, that made me feel really good." The reality is it challenges us, and it's supposed to. So if you find yourself feeling uncomfortable, that's probably a good thing because it's challenging you. You're free to just outright dislike this book. Some people do, but I require it because I believe that reading things that you disagree with is important, and it can help give you either a different perspective or it can help solidify the perspective that you've had for a while. And I want you to wrestle with it. I want you to think. I want you to talk to others about it and write about it and just eat this book and come to your own understanding of what you want to take from it. So as far as course organization goes, we have several categories to talk about. The first is video presentations. I will be posting a video presentation once a week for weeks 1 through 4, and these video presentations are not so much lectures as they are stories. So I tell a personal story about something I'm dealing with and relate it to the subject matter that we're learning about in Romans for that week. And it also sometimes ties in with what we've been studying in Forgive Us. These presentations are required. There will be opportunities to write about them in the assignments and also in the final paper, so be sure to watch them. Second, we have forums. This is common for online classes, and I think forum discussions are one of the best ways to learn because it gives people the opportunity to sit and think and process and then interact with others in their own time. So the way the forum is set up in this class is that there will be 2 questions posted to the forum each week. You must reply to each question with at least 200 words, and then you must respond to at least 2 other students' initial posts for each question. So you're making a total of 6 posts minimum. And then we welcome you to disagree with one another and pull up scripture, and but we ask that you do it all with grace and joy and humility, representing the fruit of the Spirit in your life. This, again, online forums can be an awesome opportunity for people to learn, but it needs to happen with grace. We have an overview assignment, interpretation assignments, and a final paper. You need to submit these through Moodle, and they are all graded, and because it's a 5-week course, it's really important to get everything in on time. So for the overview assignment, you'll be reading the book of Romans in one sitting, and then you'll be asked to construct a rough outline. You'll then take note of some of the most significant points based on Matera's text. This is an assignment that's due at the end of the week and is required and has a hefty enough weight that if you don't do it, it could severely hurt your grade. So I really want you to get this in. Then we have interpretation assignments, 4 of them. You will complete the week's assigned reading and then complete a variety of micro assignments. These micro assignments include making observations about the text, identifying historical and cultural issues in Romans, constructing statements about the significances found in various commentaries, and providing a synthesis of their total findings. And then the final paper is an opportunity to discuss the word katologe, which is Greek for reconciliation. You'll use questions like who, what, when, where, and why, and how to analyze the context of each instance of the katologe word group. And then finally, you'll have an additional 4 to 6 pages of a synthesis of your findings. This is due on the last day of class, is also weighted heavily enough that you don't want to miss it. So here are the course requirements. First, you will be required to do interpretation assignments on selected passages from the book of Romans. Then you'll be reading various articles available on Moodle. You will participate in the weekly forums. You'll complete a final paper in which a theology of reconciliation is proposed based on the use of katologe. And then number 5, there is a statement of academic honesty. This is not graded, but I literally cannot pass you if you do not turn this in. So I'd like to look at the course schedule right now. First, we start on the 14th. It goes until the 20th for week 1. And the way that the course schedule is lined out is that the first column on the left talks about the week. The second column going towards the right is the topic. And then the reading is the third. Now, the reading for the first week looks pretty daunting, but it's a lot of micro assignments, a few pages here and there. And then on Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, things are due. So for Wednesday's initial post to discussion questions are due. Remember, we have 2 questions per week. Then by Friday, responses to students' initial posts are due, and you'll have 4 response posts total as minimum. So a total of 6 minimum posts, initial and response. And then on Sunday, you have your assignment due. So for the first week, we've got both an overview assignment and an interpretation assignment. And then weeks 2, 3, and 4 are just interpretation assignments. Week 5 is the final reconciliation paper. Okay, so for course grading, we have these 4 types of assignments. The first forum interaction is worth 20% of your total grade. The 4 interpretation assignments are worth 50% of your total grade. The overview assignment is 5%, and the reconciliation final paper is worth 25% of your overall grade. Here is a list of the grading criteria. Please read it at your own leisure. For course policies, we do require that everything is in MLA style guide. You can find a copy of the MLA style guide, I believe, on the LPU's library website, but you can also just Google it and it'll come up with a style guide for you. The academic honesty statement is important because we do require that you are not plagiarizing, that all the work is your own. Students with disabilities. This is something that's near and dear to my heart because I have a disability. I have chronic migraines. I get 3 different types, and they are at times absolutely debilitating. So I require a little bit of grace. I'm usually with online courses able to get out all of the assignments and return everything within a week. That's my goal. I usually get it done within a couple of days, but it might take up to a week because of a migraine episode. So with that said, if you have a disability and need any kind of accommodations made, I encourage you to talk to the Office of Student Life and have an assessment done, and then communicate with me regarding what needs to happen. I will go above and beyond to help you overcome disability, but we do need to follow the proper procedures. Now, for course participation, because this is an intensive format, it is necessary that you are present almost every day online and working diligently on your assignments and watching the videos and interacting with each other in the forums. Plagiarism, again, something that we take very seriously. I've had to be very strict to the point of almost having to fail students because of plagiarism in the past, so it's something we take very seriously. This note right here tells us the failure to include a work cited is treated as plagiarism because you're not properly citing who you're taking information from. Now, the library and information resources can be an awesome resource for you. please take some time to view the various things that they have available to you. Number 7 talks about late work. So I told you that I sometimes need accommodations made. I say that because grace is important. But at the same time, we are looking at completing a lot of work within 5 weeks. So all assignments and forum posts are due on the date indicated in the course schedule. I do not accept late assignments. I will make exceptions if there is an extreme unavoidable emergency on the student's part, in which case I ask that you communicate with me as soon as possible. So there is grace on the one hand, and on the other hand, a very firm no late work. So please be on top of things. Mismanagement of time is not a good enough excuse for an exception. Now, number 8 is just telling you about my teaching approach. Like I told you, the lectures are less of a lecture and more of a story time, because I believe that we learn best through storytelling, and I want to facilitate helping you learn in the best possible manner. As far as further assistance goes, please utilize me as a resource. I'm not just here to grade and check in on you and give you information. I want to interact with you. So if you want to call, text, Skype, FaceTime, I would really love that. So let's work together to make this course an awesome one, where we are being challenged and motivated, where we're pursuing wholeheartedly relationship with God and with God's people, and with those who look and act and think very differently than us. So I will see you in the forums. I look forward to reading your work and getting to know you better. You guys have a great day.